Antoine Boyer is a 28-year-old French guitarist who's one of the greatest players in the world. I've been following him for a couple of years, and I got a chance to sit down with him last week while we were out at the NAMM show. Before we begin, remember to hit subscribe. Here's my interview. Antoine, welcome.
Thank you.
Tell me about your background, how you got into guitar, and how you developed your playing style.
I started with Gypsy jazz,
Okay.
which is very present in France.
Mm-hmm.
So my father proposed me to start guitar when I was 6.
Is he a musician?
Yes, he's a musician, and he was playing piano, classical piano. It was not his professional job, but he was a very good musician. And but he didn't play guitar yet. And when he proposed me to start guitar, he meant gypsy guitar, because that's what we were listening at home.
Okay.
We listened a lot of gypsy jazz, gypsy music from East Europe. He loved all that music. So we started guitar together with the same teacher.
You and your dad?
Yes.
Okay.
And very quickly we played together, because gypsy jazz is a style you don't play alone.
Right.
You have to play at least 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
One person playing the melodies, improvisation, and the other one the rhythm guitar. Very quickly I started to mainly play the melodies and improvisation, and he was doing the rhythm, and a few years later we started to tour together. And I think that he proposed me to start the gypsy jazz together, because he had the experience of learning music alone in front of a score.
Yep.
Starting piano at a very young age, and he didn't want me to start music like this. And he was right. I mean, for me it was a great experience to start music with this gypsy jazz style, which is all oral. There is no score.
Mm-hmm.
It's everything is you show directly. So that's how it started.
And you learned tunes. You learned pieces that you would play together.
Yeah.
Right off the bat. Now, would you also learn to play rhythm, and that you wouldn't just play lead?
Yeah. In gypsy jazz, it's kind of a...
You trade off.
Yeah, it's kind of a rule that before you start doing any solos or melodies, you have to know how to do the rhythm, and you have to know the chords.
Yep. Give us an example of the kind of chord playing that you do in gypsy jazz.
That would be, those kind of shapes like this, and the rhythm is... usually very easy shapes. I love gypsy jazz because it's a really friendly style. You can get into this very easily, and you can start to play with other people very early.
Okay, now how about the linear style? Why don't you play something that's...
Yeah.
Now, the vibrato is a very specific kind of thing, too.
It is, yeah.
Talk about that.
The vibrato is very deep,
mm-hmm.
and it's different from the classical guitar vibrato and also the jazz guitar vibrato. Classical and jazz, they usually do it horizontally.
Yep.
And in gypsy jazz, it's a different movement where you go, you kind of rotate your hand.
Yeah.
And the specific thing that I'm teaching very often is that your fingers need to be locked. So
for leverage, right?
Yes, for leverage.
Yeah.
And usually people do the vibrato with the finger only, like this.
Yeah.
But you don't have the same strength.
Yeah.
And when you hear Django, it's...
Yes.
It's like this, it's very...
Well, it's interesting because it's different than a rock guitar vibrato too. So if you're playing, if you're playing a rock guitar, you play with a different vibrato. And when you play classical guitar, you personally are doing different things like that.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Can you give us an example of one of your pieces that's in a gypsy jazz style?
Yeah. For example, in gypsy jazz, we play also a lot of waltzes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one, for example.
That's amazing.
So that is a little bit arranged for solo playing.
Yeah.
So I'm adding other lines, but usually, there would be the rhythm guitar going like this. Yeah.
I had asked you if, like, there's a piece that you start off a lot of your concerts with that I had played for you, and I said, why don't you play that? You want to talk about this piece that you're going to play here?
Yeah, so this piece came after I learned how to play classical guitar. I mean, I'm still learning, but after a few years. And it's one of the first pieces where I'm mixing the gypsy jazz technique and the counterpoint that you're playing in classical guitar.
Yep. Beautiful.
Thank you.
How do you come up with all those contrapuntal lines there? Now, people are like, what does that even mean?
Counterpoint, for me, would mean two voices living at the same time.
Yes.
For example, if you have so here you have the melody with the bass in between.
Yep.
So what's happening here with the Gypsy guitar is that I'm playing with the pick. So I don't really have the possibility to play simultaneous.
Yes.
I mean, you could do hybrid, but I don't really do that because I don't like the sound of it.
Because the pick and your finger don't sound the same,
Yeah,
right?
they don't sound the same. I could train and work on this, but since I've learned the fingerstyle technique, I prefer to switch.
Sure,
Totally.
of course.
So in this case, the counterpoint, it's working because I'm holding the voices while I'm playing the other. Even though I never play them really simultaneously.
Right.
So in that case, it works like this. So it works because I'm able to hold the voices. If I would do something on the classical guitar, then I could do it. I could have an even better counterpoint effect.
Yeah. Tell me about playing this particular guitar and going back and forth with the classical guitar. Is the string spacing basically the same, or this is slightly narrower neck, right?
It's totally different.
Is it difficult when you're playing concerts to go between the two?
Yes, this is one of the main difficulties. And actually, when I started to do this, it was so hard that I stopped for a few years. It was very hard to switch because you're holding the pick,
Yeah.
and then suddenly you have to be, precise, and it's very weird. And it's getting better. I'm working on this.
What is something that's difficult for you to play? I mean, you play all these beautiful runs that are intervallic and everything. What do you practice?
This is difficult.
Yeah.
I usually
Doesn't look like it, Antoine.
I mean,
I mean, it looks like it. Doesn't sound like it, though.
That's a good sign, but usually my own music is difficult for me, but it's good because it pushes me. And this piece, I've been playing it for maybe 7 years, something like this, and I'm still working on it. Thanks to it, I'm still improving. So I like to play things that are a bit difficult for me, although it's risky because then, yeah,
Now, I noticed that with your right hand, with your picking hand, that you do a lot of sweeps and things like that, but it doesn't look like you have a rigid way that you play lines. Would you say that's true?
Yeah, I would say it's true, but it's based on the Gypsy jazz guitar technique. So meaning rest strokes.
Yeah, rest strokes.
Because in Gypsy jazz, like the priority would be the tone.
Yep.
And the best tone you can get is, with the weight of the hand and the rest stroke. If you're going
resting on the string below or above.
Yes. Yeah. So if you're going up, you don't have the same depth. So the focus is playing downstroke.
Yep.
As long as you have time.
Yep.
And then when the lines get faster, then you would switch to something that would be close to economy, I would say, because
yes,
you would use things like this. Yeah.
Are you always doing economy when you're doing that? If you're playing it like a chromatic scale, for example.
Like this?
Yep. You're doing that, yeah.
That would be economic.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen, it's not like strictly economic, but most of it. Yeah.
But have you ever looked at your video of you playing and you're like, oh, it's interesting. That's interesting the way I picked that or something.
Yeah, sometime I'm playing something since a long time and I work on it again. I'm like, oh, I'm doing this. And
right.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, talk about because you do a lot of big interval jumps too.
Yeah. So that's not gonna be like proper Gypsy jazz technique.
Yeah.
Because So I would go up, down and up, so that the next movement is already prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that obviously would be much easier if you hybrid picked that, but
yes.
But is there a certain speed that you get to where it's like if you're doing interval things like that, you would almost have to hybrid pick or play with the fingers?
I usually don't play those kind of wide intervals at very fast tempos. I mean, I never felt the limit there because I'm not really looking for a huge speed on this.
Yeah.
But maybe one day if I need to play something like this, then I would find another solution. Yeah.
Talking about how the gypsy jazz lines, more traditional things, sound compared to regular bebop.
Oh, okay. So then we have to talk about Django Reinhardt because it's very rare that a style of music starts from one guy.
Yes.
Usually it starts from the collaboration of many players at the same time. But in that case, I mean, it's Django, it's him. So that means basically studying how his vocabulary. So what I'm always saying is that when you study Django, you study all you could study in the music, like all the aspects. You're studying rhythm. He has great timing. You're studying tone, because he has a great tone, acoustic tone. You're studying, velocity, because he has great velocity as well.
Yeah.
And you're studying storytelling. He's an amazing storyteller. He can take an idea and develop it, and take you across a whole solo, and you're like, wow, this is alive, and it's a story. It's a very colorful music. So that's what I love about Django, is that if you play some of his solos, you're working on all the aspects together, which is not true for all the guitarists.
Yep.
Some other guitarists in the bebop world, they're amazing on one aspect, but maybe on another one they are not like the most. They don't have the best expression or something like this. So yeah, that would be my best definition of what is the gypsy jazz language.
What would be a Django style lick?
Something like this. He would use also, using chord shapes and going around them.
Yeah.
And yeah, there are many amazing things.
Beautiful.
They're very rich, harmonically rich licks.
Yeah. Talk about the guitar. Why that shape of the sound hole, and what do you call this style guitar?
So this is what we call a gypsy jazz guitar.
Yep. Why is it a gypsy jazz guitar? I mean, I know the answer to that, but I want you to explain why.
Because that's the guitar that Django played,
right?
And that's the name of the style, gypsy jazz. In French, it's jazz manouche. Yeah, so it's a kind of a specific instrument. It's a mix of different things, and they built it at the time. They needed to have very powerful instruments because they were, playing in the dancing balls. People were dancing, and you had to.
Guitars had to project.
Yeah, to project.
Yeah.
And what is also very specific is that in gypsy jazz there is no drum traditionally. So the guitar has a rhythm, very strong rhythm role. So it needs to be very percussive. So the response when you play a note, it's extremely fast.
Yeah.
So you can be really precise with the rhythm. So if you compare it to a flat top guitar, the flat top have generally a little bit slower response, but they would have more bass.
More bass on a flat top, yeah.
Those gypsy jazz guitars don't have great bass. Usually it's not very deep.
Yes.
The double bass would have this.
Right. That's where you get that from.
Yeah.
You're playing with a double bass player, and they're going to handle that.
Yeah, exactly. The focus is on the mids and the highs. Yeah.
Okay, and the string gauge that you're using on there, what is that?
This is tens.
Tens, okay. 10 through 46 or
I
a
don't
little
remember.
bit heavier? Okay.
I know it starts with 10.
Okay.
And some people use also 11s. Depends on the guitar. Yeah.
And the bridge is a movable bridge?
Yeah. If you remove the strings, it
falls off.
Yeah.
Now, if you're playing a concert, you're going to be amplified, correct? Depending on how big the place is.
Usually it's amplified, yeah.
Okay, and the pickup that you have on the front of the guitar, is there pickup in the inside or just on the?
So I have two pickups, one inside and one here.
Okay.
And I usually blend both.
And is this kind of a standard configuration?
No.
Okay, this is your own.
This is my system.
Okay, now you told me before we started that you drill into your guitars and you put the pickups in and everything.
Yeah.
Did you do that on that guitar?
Yeah, it's here. So I have the XLR for the mic and the other one.
And you installed that yourself?
Yeah.
You took out a drill and you went.
I took a special drill, like not any drill.
How do you know you're not going to hit something important?
Because I know the building of the guitar. I built one guitar, so I know a little bit
Okay.
to not hurt the guitar too much.
That's pretty funny. But you don't get nervous when you're getting ready to do that?
I was really careful. Yeah, I took my time.
You took your time.
Yeah,
That's good.
And it took a few days before I decided to do it.
Okay. How much is a guitar like this, roughly?
Roughly, I would say about 3,000 euros.
Okay. And
Guitar
where do you
maker.
get a gypsy jazz guitar?
You can get it in many places.
Okay.
Now it's a rather popular style,
Yes,
so
so
you have
far
builders.
more common.
Yeah, you have builders in all around the world, but obviously you have a lot of them in France.
Mm-hmm. And there's no shortage of people to play gypsy jazz with in France, right?
No. Usually you can find people. Yeah.
All right, I want to talk about this guitar, your 7-string, if you
Yes.
want to. Okay, now this guitar is a 7-string. The strings are a little bit wider apart than the. I mean, the neck is far bigger.
Yes.
This is
you don't play
kind of a
like
beast.
Yes.
But the body is narrower than a regular classical guitar. Is that true? That it's a little.
It's a rather small classical guitar.
Yeah.
It's true. That's why I've added this, because I have long arms and.
Okay, did you add that yourself or no?
I asked my guitar maker to build it for me.
Okay, and it's put on with Velcro. Is that right?
It's dual lock.
Okay,
Like,
and then
yeah.
once again, you drilled into this guitar and put your pickup in.
Yeah, same system.
This pickup here, that's a microphone, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so why is it pointed towards the bass strings more, or is it an omni microphone?
So because it's EQ, it's directed towards more treble.
Okay.
So I usually prefer to have it to the bass side so that it's more balanced.
But you'll move it around till it sounds the best once you install it,
Exactly.
correct?
Yeah.
And then you have a pickup under the top. Is it connected to the top?
Yeah. It's exactly the same as this one.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Why the 7-string?
Because my guitar maker proposed me to try this guitar. I never thought I would play 7-string. It was not my plan, but he told me, okay, try this one. I think it's a good guitar. And I tried it, and I was like, okay, it's a great guitar, but I don't want to learn how to
Because it's
play
like a
7-string.
completely different instrument.
It's
Like-
very different, yeah.
Yeah.
But so I thought, at the beginning, I thought I would send it back. I was like, no, I want to focus on my stuff. But after a few days, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
actually the extension is amazing.
Yeah.
Like when you're working on counterpoints, and finally I kept it, and I really love it. It's been 3 years.
Great. Why don't you play something?
Okay, you might know this one.
Beautiful. Now, when you're playing all these moving lines and things like that, you got to kind of really be creative with the fingerings to.
Yeah. So when I try to improvise in that two-voice style,
Yeah.
one thing I need to practice is to be able to play the same thing with many different fingerings, so that
Yes.
I'm able to play to go one direction or another.
Yeah. Is there something that you practice to do that with? Do you play scales that way, or lines, or work through chord progressions? What's something you do?
Improvising with some constraints. So, for example, I would take a standard and decide, okay, I'm going to play one bass every 2 beats, and then try to play, for example, a continuous movement on the upper.
So if you played All the Things You Are or something like that.
So that would be.
Awesome.
This
Yeah.
kind of.
That's a great practice. So you play the bass note, and then you.
Yeah, there are many other exercises. I usually put some rhythm constraints and melody constraints. Like, for example, I would decide to play not only the bass, but the third or the fifth. So, for example, like this.
Beautiful. Why don't you play something else?
Okay.
That's amazing. I mean, that is really amazing. It's incredible how accurate you are at these things too.
Well,
I mean,
I'm trying. Yeah, it's not always. It's not easy.
That's really difficult to play, right?
It's not easy. Yeah.
How do you keep up all these different things, like with these different styles? When you're playing with your fingers, you're playing a different instrument that has a bigger neck and an extra string. Do you just play one thing for a while, then you switch to something else? What do you do?
So it all depends on the project I have at the moment and the concert I have to do. So I'm usually working on only on what I have to do, not multiple things at the same time. And then if I'm playing a solo show where I would switch guitars, then I also practice the switching.
Okay.
Which is also something I need
Sure.
to be ready with.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be.
Maybe we can get you to play some electric guitar?
Yeah.
So what's different about playing the electric guitar than playing the other two?
Oh, the difference is that there is an amp. And it took me a while to understand that the guitar is not the only instrument, like the whole thing, like the cable and the amp is the whole instrument.
Yeah.
And once I understood that, then I really worked on like which amp and.
And what do you typically play through?
I have a handmade amp in Spain. It's a very, it's this one-man company, and he makes amazing, point-to-point soldering and everything, and it sounds amazing.
Is it a solid-state amp or is it a tube amp?
Tube amp.
You have one 12-inch speaker in it? What's the configuration?
I think it's 10.
A 10?
It's not very big. It's a kind of a cube like this.
Okay. When you play this guitar, do you play with your fingers, or you kind of switch between fingers and pick?
Depends on the project. If it's solo piece, I would play a solo concert.
Yep.
Then maybe I would focus on the counterpoint and maybe playing with fingers. But for example, recently I'm working on a more jazz trio where I play only with the pick.
Okay.
So yeah, it depends on the.
Did you grow up learning any rock guitar?
No.
Okay.
I did start to listen it, but later, like when I was, I don't know, 17,
Okay.
18, like this, I started to discover Led Zeppelin and all the classics, you know, Queen and, you know, I didn't know before.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, it took me a while to start to listen to all of this, and I really love it. But we didn't listen to that in my family.
Interesting.
Yeah, only classical music, jazz, gypsy jazz, and music from East Europe, Indian music as well, but no rock.
And what about guitar players like Joe Pass? Did your dad like Joe Pass or people like that, or do you like Joe?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, I really love Joe Pass, but I didn't listen to it same as the rock repertoire. It took me a long time to get to know those guys.
Okay, so what are some jazz guitar players that you like?
Oh, there are many, in many different styles.
Okay.
Shall I drop some names?
I want to hear them.
Yeah, very different style. I love Alan Holdsworth.
Mm-hmm.
I love Kurt Rosenwinkel.
Mm-hmm.
I love Julian Lage.
Mm-hmm.
I love Bill Lagren.
Mm-hmm.
I love Pat Metheny.
Mm-hmm.
Many others. A lot of them I love, yeah.
If you were to say, okay, this is definitely a jazz guitar record that you think is just amazing, give me one great jazz guitar record.
You see, I have to think about it because when I listen to jazz, it's gonna be piano.
Okay.
Yeah.
For example?
I would listen to a lot of Keith Jarrett.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of my all-time favorite musicians.
Mm-hmm. What's a Keith Jarrett record that you like?
Oh, I love the Facing You, for example. It's like crazy for me.
Incredible.
I mean, all of them are crazy, but yeah. I love Melody at Night with You. So many. I love specifically one of the live in Sapporo, in the Sunbeer series.
Yeah. Give me another jazz piano player that you like.
Michel Petrucciani.
Okay.
Yeah. I love the live in Tokyo. Like the energy in that, I just love it. I love Gonzalo Rubalcaba. I love his way of playing. And
would you say that your guitar playing is influenced more by piano playing than guitar playing?
When it comes to counterpoint, yes.
Why is it so difficult for guitar players to play contrapuntally?
Because it's not very natural. Because you need two hands to make one note, right. Which is not the case for the piano.
Right.
So yeah, at first it's not very natural to play counterpoint on guitar, but once you get to know it, it's really amazing. Okay,
so you said Alan Holdsworth. Now,
yeah.
Have you ever learned an Alan Holdsworth solo?
Yes. I discovered Alan Holdsworth with his jazz records. You know, he did a jazz standard record.
Yep.
In that jazz record, there is Nuage from Django.
Yeah.
And I was blown away, like the interpretation and, of course, the way he plays. That's where I discovered him. So I learned this solo from the Nuage records on the gypsy guitar, which is really not a good idea. It's really hard because you need to hit every string really hard, you know, in gypsy jazz, but it doesn't work with his way of playing. It's a totally opposite way of playing, so.
Antoine, why don't you play a tune?
Okay, there is a tune from Bill Evans. Oh, I didn't mention Bill Evans, but I should have mentioned it first because he's maybe my favorite one. I don't know why it didn't come. But we were listening to a lot of Bill Evans at home. So there is a tune from Bill Evans called The Two Lonely People, which is very interesting to play on guitar, and it has a lot of counterpoint possibilities.
Beautiful. Wow. So I'm noticing that your vibrato on this guitar, as we talked about, is you go back and forth on it like that. Unlike when you play gypsy jazz, you just kind of naturally.
Yeah, especially for this kind of piece.
Yeah.
Also, the counterpoint technique is not very compatible with deep vibrato because you need to sit with several fingers, and so yeah.
Okay, so you have all these different techniques that you're incorporating. Now, what about with the pick? How's that differ when you're playing with a pick?
I would use the same technique as gypsy jazz, but with much less strings.
Okay.
So,
for example?
Yeah, it would be same but light, basically.
Yep.
And with much more possibility with the legato.
Okay.
Yeah, the electric allows this. Sorry.
Now, if you were to pick every note, though, no problem either, right?
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, I'm not really thinking about it. Yeah, that would work.
Now, is that a heavy pick that you're using?
For electric guitar, it's heavy. It's 2 millimeter.
That's huge. That's very heavy. That's like extra heavy.
Yeah, but I'm used to...
I can hear the tone of it. It has a beautiful attack that's, to me, it sounds really fat, just like the pick is.
But I think the shape is the most important.
It seems like it's rounded off a lot more. Is that right or not?
I play with a flat, actually.
Got it.
There is no pointy angle. Because the idea is that I prefer to have a large
surface area.
But I don't want to go deep into the strings.
Got it.
So that's the shape I came up with. So it's kind of a flat thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this way I have good control over the string and good volume, but I don't need a lot of energy to go in and out the string.
It's interesting because a lot of jazz players or people that play really fast will use those jazz 3 picks that have the point on them.
Yes.
I don't like the sound of those. To me, they don't sound. They sound really thin, I think. But you have so little of the pick sticking out. Play again, just so people can hear that. Play some fast lines. Yeah.
So even though it's a thick pick, it's very smooth because the angle is very...
I hear a lot of fatness, especially on the high strings. It sounds really fat. Yes. Sounds great.
That's what I like. And that's what you learn when you play gypsy jazz guitar.
Yeah.
Because you're working on the tone and you're supposed to get, the sound out of the guitar. And it's a very good education for the tone.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to use that on the electric.
What about something like a tremolo? If you play fast tremolo with a pick, is that easy to do?
Tremolo would be
yeah.
Better?
Yeah. No problem.
Yeah, no. This is because this is really rooted in the gypsy jazz technique.
You do a lot of tremolo strokes like that.
Yeah. Yeah. You have a lot of waltzes where you need to, do things like this.
Okay, so how does the vocabulary of gypsy jazz, the chord progressions, uses a lot of minor 6 chords and major 6 chords and things like that? Why the 6 chords?
I don't know. It's
kind of the sound. That's one of the characteristics of it.
Yeah, it's
right?
one of the characteristics. Exactly. Yeah. I don't know if there is a reason. It's just how it sounds, and it suits the style. Yeah.
The rhythm playing, you're holding the pick exactly the same way on this guitar.
Same way. Yeah.
Right. So when you're doing the chunking that you demonstrated before, the rhythm guitar, what do you call that even?
There is a French name. It's la pompe.
Okay. La Pompe.
That's the thing.
Is it typically that you'll stay on one chord, or do you do a lot of inversions in the rhythm playing?
Depends on the moment and what
Yep.
you want to highlight, but both
What
are
would be
possible.
a busy rhythm pattern?
So something like also with bass and chord.
That's so fun, right?
Yeah, it's very fun.
Yeah. When you were out playing with your dad when you were a little kid, how old was it before you were going out and playing gigs together?
I think I started our first concert. I was 11,
Okay.
something like this. Yeah,
And how much were you practicing a day back then?
not that much.
Okay.
I remember that my father had to call me and say, "Okay, we have to work on the songs. Come on." And
Was he strict about it or no?
I guess it was kind of a balanced. He was trying to push me, but not too much. So it was never too much. But it's a good thing that he pushed me. Otherwise, I would just play Lego and not play guitar. Yeah.
Okay, I want to ask you about social media and posting things on there. That's fortunately or unfortunately a part of being a musician nowadays.
For me, it's a totally different job. Play on stage and having a good social platform. It's one more job. And for me, the challenge is to balance both so that they serve each other. So when I'm publishing something on Instagram, like Counterpoint, it serves me because I love doing it and it's a challenge. But it's also consciously a good content for Instagram. I'm trying to balance things this way, which is not easy.
And your wife is a musician?
Yes, she's a harmonica player. She plays other instruments as well, very well, but mainly harmonica.
Great harmonica player.
Yeah. She's from South Korea. We met in Taiwan in a festival, and then shortly after we got together, and she moved to France. Now we're living in France, and we are touring most of the time together as a duet.
How did your wife get into the harmonica?
Her mom proposed her to play that, which is a very strange thing, since it's not a very common instrument, even in Korea. And yeah, she started.
That's so cool. And do you guys have agents in different places? Do you have one agent over in Europe, and do you play over in Asia?
We play a little bit everywhere.
Okay.
Because usually the proposal come to us.
Yep.
So we are trying to manage the different proposal and get them together so that it makes sense with the schedule.
Do you come to the United States very often to play?
We are coming more and more often. Usually we are touring either in the jazz scene, or it could also be in the classical scene. But most of the time it's related to guitar. Like it could be a guitar festival or guitar event. It's usually most of the time related to guitar.
And what do you have coming up?
A lot of tours with her. I'm touring also solo. I'm trying to keep that because solo is always, it's a lot of work. And I'm trying to keep that not as the main thing, but always a little bit there. And I'm working on a new trio, jazz trio. It's going to be the most jazz thing I've ever done. So, yeah.
When you play a solo show, how long is it usually?
1 hour, 20, 30.
Are you tired at the end of it?
Yeah.
It's hard to play solo guitar.
It's a lot of focus. Yeah.
A lot of mental energy to it, right?
So I don't do it too often. I usually play with my wife. So I start this concert in solo. So people that are, fan of guitar and solo stuff, they can see that. And then she comes in, and then the whole energy changes, and it's great for me because I don't have to hold the whole thing alone.
You want to play one more piece?
Yeah. Can I play the waltz? I started earlier.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Antoine, pleasure to have you here. It's so great to hear you play, man.
Thank you.
It's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.